We're going to just take a few minutes here to talk to some of your fellow agents about their motivations, their ideas, their excitement around Bold. And I can tell you, I've signed up. It should have showed up now. Okay, perfect. And I'll just say for myself, historically, I've ended the year strong. There's no reason not to have a huge December and then also tee up first quarter of the following year. And that's why Fall Bold has always been a powerful experience for me. And I love picking up all that business while other people are out doing their holiday shopping and not answering their phones. Okay, so Reese, a question about Bold. How many times have you attended Bold?
This is my 7th time.
Okay, fantastic. And then what specifically has Bold done to impact your business or your life in those 7 times?
7 times?
When you sign up,
Yeah.
what are you immediately feeling like, okay, this is going to do this thing for my business or my life?
I feel anxiety.
Okay.
I do feel anxiety. So my very first Bold was my very first day at KW 5 years ago. And I was, at that time, I was like, I sold $1 million a year at a different company, and I came here, and the very first month in Bold, I put 5 in escrow, and at that time, I really, really needed to put things in escrow. And following that, the first year was about 9 million, right after Bold, coming out of Bold.
Okay.
So it has changed everything about my business.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay, Tiffany.
Yeah.
What caused you, well, first of all, how many times have you taken Bold?
Twice.
Okay, and what is the motivation behind that to enroll in Bold? What is the impact you're looking for when you sign up for Bold?
The first time I did it, I was a new agent, 4 months in the business, and I did it because I wanted to create business, and I was told this was the way. And what was really cool is, so you have these scripts and you have to call people, and it's really uncomfortable, especially for you new agents out there. But I just called a friend and said the script, and someone in her office heard me saying that to her. She was responding, obviously. And they asked her, hey, you know someone in real estate? I'm looking to buy a house. And that was my first transaction that year. So, I mean, that was really cool. But the reason I did it the second time is because I really like the goal setting part. It really helps me focus on what I'm going to do the next year, why I'm in business, why am I doing this, why am I hustling every day, here are my goals. And you write them down and they mail it to you the next year. And the first year that I did that and I got the piece of paper in the mail and I had actually completed all those goals was amazing.
As an experienced agent, what would cause you to still sign up for Bold?
I mean, it's still for me the goal setting, and I think actually refining some of those habits. So I feel as a new agent, you're just scrambling to get business, and as a more seasoned agent, you're trying to do business in a way that makes sense for you and for the long run, and to create your goals are different, and it's still doing what you need to do to meet those goals in a different way. So as a mother and wanting to do other things, I need to be more efficient. As when I was a new agent, I just wanted to create business. Now I have the business, and how do I work with that business to do the best for what I need to do for
Efficiency,
me?
systems, things like that.
Thank you. Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. Kate Willie, how many times have you done Bold?
I've taken it 5 times, so this will be my 6th.
Awesome. Tell us about your business prior to Bold and then your business since you attended Bold.
So the first time I took Bold, I just left a real estate team to kind of go start my own business. And I was really nervous and setting goals and doing the economic model. And I had a goal of 30, which seemed very high to me as my first year in business. And I was on a Bold team with actually Alex, John, Josh, and a couple other agents. It was really powerful, and they really encouraged me to scratch it off and double it, or cross it off and double it. So they told me to do 60 instead. I didn't believe them, so I put down 45, and that was in January 2013. And I did 52 that first year, so it was pretty powerful. I don't think I would have even gotten close to that without the mindset pieces and the goals. And I had written down on that letter that you were talking about to yourself. And so the next year when I read it, it was like, wow, everything happened. I got a car, I had sold the number of homes I wanted, or more than that. And so not only that, but it introduced me to really strong leaders in the office. And I feel like I had friendships that came out of that. And we ended up in business together, which I feel like has come from being in Bold and having similar intentions and goals and mindset stuff. So
I have something to say, Josh.
Yeah.
So this last year, last December, whenever it started, October, so I had planned to have surgery the first week in December, thinking that December was going to be my slow month, right? So I'm going to have foot surgery then. So I took Bold and I had my foot surgery and wrote 4 contracts in December from my bed. I wasn't expecting to be busy at all, so I had to have like people drive me around and stuff because I had all this business coming in from Bold.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Okay, and then real quick, a bold law, because when you're in bold, if you haven't been before, there's a series of bold laws, and there's usually, depending on where you're at in your life and your business, there's something that's going to stand out to you. Do any of the 3 of you have a bold law?
Mine's clarity is power always. If I know exactly what I'm doing and I can focus on it, it just comes. So clarity is power is on my phone,
Okay.
it's in my house, it's on every board, yeah.
Any others? Bold law?
Bold.
Yeah, I like be, do, have. I think it goes back to the days when I was a college athlete, is talking about confidence, and you know, as an athlete, you walk the walk and talk the talk. You talk the talk, and you have put that mindset in that you are confident, you are powerful, you are whatever you are, and your mind starts to believe it, and you become that person. And then you have it. So you think it, feel it, and you are it.
Absolutely.
So.
Katie, say one.
Mine is, if it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. I think that that's an important one. Kind of goes along with, it's not about selling real estate, it's about following a schedule. So if it's on your calendar and you know what you're going to do and then you go follow it, everything should happen.
Yeah.
And I had one thing to say about making the calls, because that was my worst nightmare. Allie Fuller had tried to get me to do Bold, and I was terrified. And so I don't think this is probably technically allowed, but I usually email about 30 people when I'm signing up for Bold, and I say, hey, I'm doing this really awesome class. I'm going to be making phone calls for business. You're going to know because I'm going to say, hey, this is Kate Lilly. I'm calling about real estate. And it gives me permission to call these people. And they all say, like, oh, yeah, definitely, call me. And I'm like, okay, it's going to be Tuesday this fall. And what happens is they think about me in real estate. So it's actually kind of a touch. Like, whether I actually choose to call them, I've even had people text me and be like, hey, you haven't called me. Or, hey, I'm going to a meeting. You can't call me right now. And it's created its own set of dialogue and demonstrated that I really want to do something to educate myself and better my business, and it gives me sort of a talking point for them. So if you're nervous about making calls, find 30 people that are willing to answer the phone for you, so that when the coach is staring at you while you're reading scripts, you have somebody.
Yeah, and I can speak to that. The people in your tribe, the people in your sphere, they are rooting for you, and they're rooting for you even if they don't know that you're in real estate, and how much more so will they be rooting for you if they know that you're in real estate. And so it's okay to reach out and say, hey, I'm doing this thing to build my business, and do I have your support? Because they want you to win. They want you to succeed. So the last thing, I was going to say, we're all business people, and so return on investment matters. From a business perspective, there's a cost associated with Bold. Would you feel like that there was a return on investment in terms of the transactions you're describing, the business you built, and then the spreading your sphere? Do you feel like there was a return on investment in doing both?
The reason I go to Bold, and this is my 7th time, is because I don't really know what one factor doesn't cause me to exceed and excel every year. I'm afraid to take Bold out. So is there a return on the money? Absolutely. The $800 that I spend every year has not only led to 9, 10, 12, whatever million we're at, but led me to these great relationships that I've incurred, and then just the return in my household. I mean, my kids go through Bold when I go through Bold, so there is no complaining in my household. When they wake up in the morning, and 5 years in, my 19-year-old just wanted to complain the other day, and I wouldn't let her. So we're going to Bold again. There is no complaining right now, and she was mad and frustrated. So yes, $800 goes a long way. My kids are well trained.
So not only does it build your business, but it pencils.
It pencils.
And I imagine that if you approached any of these people about Bold, or any questions you have about Bold, that they would be happy to talk about it. Also, the people on your ALC, or myself, or anyone on our team. If you are unsure whether or not it's for you, just approach us and ask, and we'll talk through it with you.
Yeah.
Cool.